Well, hello and how are you? Hey friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shen Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, you know what? Today's Friday, April the 30th, 2021. No birthday shout-outs to get out today, but I got some pokey pals. That's right, my pokey pals, Amanda Sue Little and Dana Jannings. That's right, Dana Jannings. Right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Yes, they are. I know that I know. Went to school with Dana and with Amanda's daddy. So, no, the two of them. Looks like we're getting ready to do our weather forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. That's a 5-day forecast for you. Coming up right after the word from our sponsor. Refreshing Word Fellowship Church is located at 2054 Campus Drive, St. Charles, Missouri 63301. Yes, that's right. Refreshing Word Fellowship is a church which is new and opening for the public. That's right, at 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings. Masses are starting at 11:45 after worship services. Yes, that's right. Worship is worship may go on for a little bit longer than 45 minutes, but hey, it's more the part of worship than it is just waking the Lord up and getting the Lord in a good mood, getting you in a good mood and ready for the message of the Word of God. Refreshing Word Fellowship located at 2054 Campus Drive, St. Charles, Missouri 63301. Across from St. Andrew's Plaza, the back lot of St. Andrew's Plaza, next door to the Kinder Care or the Child Care Place, whatever it's called now, in the strip mall. Alright, alrighty then, come on by, enjoy. Sundays at 11 a.m. Alright, let's see. Here we go. We got rain in the future? Well, we sure do, and well, who better than to protect your house from rain than the official roofer. That's right. We had a few days the other day with rain, clouds, storms, and lots of wind. And well, Jessica Nicole, the official roofer, could come over and check out these problems that you may have had that occurred through your roof with bids. That's right, from insurance claims and then roofing repairs, siding, gutters, downspouts. And she is the one call for it all at 636-358-3960. Don't forget, that's Jessica Nicole, the official roofer. All right, how about an 83-degree day out there right now? And, well, the temperatures are going to start dropping out here in a little while. So, let's see, clear skies overnight with low temperatures around 53 degrees Fahrenheit, with winds east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then we've got for tomorrow, May the 1st, sunshine and some clouds. Highs around 83 degrees Fahrenheit, with winds south to southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Partly cloudy in the evening with more clouds for later at night. Low temperatures around 62 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be south to southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then Sunday, May the 2nd, cloudy skies in the morning with scattered thunderstorms developing later in the day. High temperatures around 81 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south at 10 to 20 mile an hour winds. Chances of rain 50%. And cloudy with an occasional rain shower with low temperatures around 62 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south to southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. And then Monday, that's right, Monday, May the 3rd, rain showers in the morning with scattered thunderstorms arriving in the afternoon. High temperatures around 82 degrees Fahrenheit with winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 40%. Scattered thunderstorms with low temperatures around 58 degrees Fahrenheit with winds north to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%, that is. Alrighty then, and for Tuesday, May the 4th, Clouds with occasional rain showers, highs around 61 degrees Fahrenheit, winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chances of rain, 60%. And then a shower or two is quite possible early, with partly cloudy skies and later on at night. Low temperatures around 58 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. Winds are going to be north to northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain, 30%. If I look like I'm strained and glued back in my seat, you are right. I certainly am. All right, Wednesday, May the 5th. Mostly sunny skies. Highs around 69 degrees Fahrenheit with winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly to mostly cloudy with low temperatures near 50 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. Winds are going to be light and variable. And that, my friends, wraps up your 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, you know what? My next thing, this here is a common sense sort of thing. Do you like to wear the mask? Do you not like to wear the mask? If you are one of those folks that do not like to wear the mask, choose not to. All you have to do is, if you live in an area where your Walmart decided that it is not right, that you have to wear a mask, it's mandatory, it's not your Walmart, it's your government. And I know this because the St. Charles Walmart over at Regency Plaza is mask optional, meaning that if you don't want to wear a mask, you can decide to get in your car and drive from, and actually go up to the door of the Walmart that you live by, and walk out into the door, and when they say you must wear the mask, say, okay, I'm sorry, I'll just go over to St. Charles, and I'll shop over there. And masks are optional in St. Charles, Missouri. And so your government, your city, your mayor, or whatever, will come to their knees because Walmart don't care. It's a city mandate or a county mandate that is causing your Walmart to wear a mask. And so therefore Walmart doesn't care. So you're being forced by the government to do something that is against your rights to do. So if you don't want to shop with a mask on, you just come out to St. Charles and shop over here. We're more than happy to have you. All right? Well, all right then. That was my pet peeve. I just wanted to get it off my chest. Oh, and gas prices. If you're looking at gas prices and you see something that you just don't like, get Gas Buddy. That's right. Get the app, Gas Buddy, and check the prices. Go somewhere where it's cheaper. I mean, just because it's expensive gas doesn't mean you're going to get any further on it. No sirree, Bob. That just means that you're going to pay more for what you were getting before. So, if you don't like the gas price you're looking at, and don't complain at that pump, go to the next pump over. Well, the next gas station over. I drove down the block today. Within 3 blocks of the road, there were 3 different gas prices. And so, shop. You shop around, get the best gas price in town. That's right. Alright, anyway, got a song for you. It was requested. I don't know if it was requested, but Carol Donovan, this is going out for you. Got 3 of them for you. So here we go. Blue moon of Kentucky, won't you keep on shining? Shine on the one that's gone and proved untrue. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. It was on the moonlit night, and the stars were shining bright, when they whispered from on high, your love has said goodbye. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and said goodbye. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and proved untrue. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. It was on the moonlit night, and the stars were shining bright, when they whispered from on high, your love has said goodbye. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone, said goodbye. Shine on the one that's gone and said goodbye. All right. Well, let's see what we can do here. Lordy. All right, here we go. How about this one? Here's another one, Carol. You just threw them up there, and I thought I'd go ahead and copy them all. You know, when you're all alone and blue, no one to tell your troubles to. Remember, I'm the one who loves you. When this old world has turned you down, and not a true friend can be found, remember, I'm the one who loves you. And through all kinds of weather, you know I'll never change. Through the sunshine and through the shadows, I'll always be the same. We're together, right or wrong, where you go out tag along. Remember, I'm the one who loves you. When you're all alone and blue, no one to tell your troubles to. Remember me, I'm the one who loves you. When this old world has turned you down, and not a true friend can be found, remember me, I'm the one who loves you. And through all kinds of weather, you know I'll never change. Through the sunshine and the shadows, I'll always be the same. We're together, right or wrong, where you go out tag along. Remember me, I'm the one who loves you. Remember me, I'm the one who loves you. All right. We got one more out there. It's a Gene Autry one, I think. All right, here we go. Be honest with me, dear. Whatever you do, remember you're mine, dear. So I'll always be true. Wherever you wander, on land or on sea, if you really love me, be honest with me. My poor heart would break, dear, if you were untrue. Asleep or awake, dear, I dream about you. Oh, you are my darling. You are all that I see. If you really love me, be honest with me. Someday I'll return, dear, and make you my own. And how I will yearn, dear, when I'm all alone. But I'll never forget you, dear, your sweet memory. If you really love me, be honest with me. All right, there you go. Hey, that was it. That was all. There you go, Carol. You threw them up there. I just decided I'd go ahead and read them. Oh, you know, those lyrics, I don't own no rights to none of them. No rights to the tune, no right to the lyrics, no rights at all. Alrighty, here's the children's story for the kids. So, hey, this is TV Grandpa saying, come on, kids, jump up on the couch. It's story time from TV Grandpa. That's right. I love you all, each and every one, and I'm ready to tell you a little story. Maybe not bedtime, just a story to keep you going throughout the day. It's a little poem type story today. It's called Little Boy Blue. Little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow and the cow's in the corn. Where is the little boy that minds the sheep? He's under the haystack and he's fast asleep. There once was a poor widow who supported herself and her only son by gleaning in fields the stalks of grain that had been missed by the reapers. Well, her little cottage was at the foot of a beautiful valley upon the edge of the river that wound in and out among the green hills, and although poor, she was counted with her lot, for her home was pleasant, and her lovely boy was a constant delight to her. He had big blue eyes and fair golden curls, and he loved his good mother very dearly, and was never more pleased than when she allowed him to help her with her work. And so the years passed happily away till the boy was 8 years old. But then the widow fell sick, and their little store of money melted gradually away. "I don't know what we're going to do for bread," she asked, kissing her boy with tears in her eyes, "for I am not yet strong enough to work, and we have no money left." "But I can work," answered the boy, "and I am sure if I go to the squire up at the hall, and he will give me something to do." At first the widow was reluctant to consent to this, since she loved to keep her child at her side, but finally, as nothing else could be done, she decided to let him go to see the squire. Being too proud to allow her son to go to the great house in his ragged clothes, she made him a new suit out of pretty blue dress, and she had herself worn in her happier times. And when it was finished, the boy dressed in it. He looked as pretty as a prince in a fairy tale, for the bright blue jacket set off his curls to good advantage, and the collars just matched the blue of his eyes. His trousers were blue and she took the silver buckle from her own shoes and put them on his hat, that he might appear the finer. And then she brushed his curls and placed his big straw hat upon them, and sent him away with a kiss to see the squire. If so happened that the great man was walking in his garden with his daughter Madge that morning, and was feeling in an especially happy mood, so that when he suddenly looked up and saw little boy Blue, the little boy before him, he said kindly, "Well, my child, what can I do for you?" "If you please, sir," said the boy bravely, although he was frightened to meet the squire face to face, "I want you to give me some work to do, so that I can earn money." "Earn money?" repeated the squire. "Why do you wish to earn money?" "To buy food for my mother, sir. We are very poor, and since she is no longer able to work for me, I wish to work for her." "But what can you do?" asked the squire. "You are too small to work in the fields." "I could earn something, sir, couldn't I?" His tone was so pleading that Mistress Madge was unable to resist it, and even the squire was touched, and the young lady came forward and took the boy's hand in her own, and pressing back his curls, she kissed his fair cheek. "You shall be our shepherd," she said presently, and keep the sheep out of the meadows and the cows from getting into the corn. You know, Father, she continued, turning to the squire, it was only yesterday you said you must get a boy to tend to the sheep, and this little boy can do it nicely. Very well, repeated the squire, it shall be as you say, and if he is attentive and watchful, he will be able to save me a good bit of trouble, and so really earn his money. So then he turned to the curly-headed child and said, Come to me in the morning, my little man, and I will give you a silver horn to blow, that you may call the sheep and the cows whenever they go astray. What is your name? Oh, never mind his name, Papa, broke in the squire's daughter. I shall call him Little Boy Blue, since he is dressed in blue from head to foot, and his dress but match his eyes. And you must give him a good wage also, for surely no squire before ever had a prettier shepherd boy than this. Very good, said the squire cheerfully, and as he pinched his daughter's rosy cheek, Be watchful, Little Boy Blue, and you shall be well paid. Then Little Boy Blue thanked them both, and very sweetly, and ran back over the hills and into the valley where his home lay, nestled by the riverside, to tell the good news to his mother. The poor widow wept in tears of joy when she heard his story, and smiled when he told her that his name was to be Little Boy Blue. She knew the squire was a kind master and would be good to her darling son. Early the next morning, Little Boy Blue was at the hall, and the squire's steward gave him a new silver horn that glistened brightly in the sunlight, and a golden cord to fasten it around his neck, and then he gave him charge of the sheep and the cows, and told him keep them from straying into the meadows and the fields of grain. It was not hard work, but just suited the Little Boy Blue's age, and he was watchful and vigilant, and made a very good shepherd boy. Indeed, his mother needed food no longer, for the squire paid her son liberally, and the squire's daughter made a favorite of the small shepherd, and loved to hear the call of his silver horn echoing through the hills. Even the sheep and cows were fond of him, and always obeyed the sound of his horn. Therefore the squire's corn thrived finely, and was never trampled. Little Boy Blue was now very happy, and his mother was proud and contented, and began to improve in health. After a few weeks she became strong enough to leave the cottage and walk a little in the fields each day. But she could not go far because her limbs were feeble to support her too feeble to support her very long. So the most she could attempt was to walk as far as the stiles to meet Little Boy Blue as he came home from work in the evening. Then she would lean on his shoulders and return to the cottage with him, and the boy was very glad as he could be thus support to his mother and assist her faltering steps. But One day a great misfortune came upon them, since it is true that no life can be so happy, but the sorrow will creep into the temper of it, will creep in to tamper with it. Little Boy Blue came homeward one evening very light and of heart, and whistled merrily as he walked, for he thought he should find his mother awaiting him at the stall, and a good supper spread upon the table in the little cottage. But when he came to the stiles, his mother was not in sight, and in answer to his call, a low moan of pain reached his ears. Little Boy Blue sprang over the stile and found lying upon the ground his dear mother, who, her face white and drawn, was suffering, and tears of anguish running down her cheeks, for she had slipped upon the stile and fell in, and her legs were broken. Little Boy Blue ran to the cottage for water, and bathed the poor woman's face, and rinsed her head, that she might drink. And raised her head that she might drink. There were no neighbors of the cottage, stood all by itself by the river, so that the child was obliged to support his mother in his arms as a best he could, while she crawled painfully back to the cottage. Fortunately, it was not far, and at last she was safely laid upon the bed. Then Little Boy Blue began to take what she should and should not do. Had began to think. Sorry, here we go, done it again. Little Boy Blue began to think what he should do next. Can I leave you alone while I go for the doctor, Mama? So he asked anxiously, as he held her collapsed hands tightly in his two little ones. His mother drew him towards her and kissed him. Take the boat, dear, she said, and fetch the doctor from the village. I shall be patient till you return. Well, Little Boy Blue rushed away to the river from the bank. Little Boy Blue rushed away from the river bank and unfastened the little boat, and then he pulled sturdily down the river and past the bend and came to the pretty village below. Here we go. So it was very dark go to sleep. We're seated in the boat and on the way to the cottage. It was very dark by this time, but Little Boy Blue knew every turn and bend in the river, and the doctor helped him pull at the oars, so that at last they came to the place where a faint light twinkled through the cottage window. They found the poor woman in much pain, but the doctor quickly set to bandage her legs and gave her some medication to see her suffering. It was nearly midnight when all was finished and the doctor was ready to start back to the village. "Now take good care of your mother," he said to the boy, "and do not worry about her, for it is all bad. Break. Alright, anyway, all of the night the boy sat by the bedside, bathing his mother's favored brow and ministering to her wounds. And when that day broke, she was resting easily, and the pain had left her. And she told little boy Blue he must go to work, for, she said, more than ever, you know, we have needs then. We have needs. The money from Oh my goodness, sorry folks. For she, more than ever now, we need the money you earned from the squire, as my misfortune will add to the expenses of living, and we have the doctor to pay. Do not fear to leave me, for I shall rest quietly and sleep most of the time while you are away. Well, little boy Blue did not like to leave his mother all alone, but knew of no one he could ask to stay with her. So he placed food and water by her bedside and ate a little breakfast himself and started off to tend the sheep. The sun was shining brightly and the birds sang sweetly in the trees, and the chicklets chirped just as merrily as if the great troubles had not came to the little boy Blue to make him sad. But he went bravely to his work, and for several hours he watched carefully, and the men at work in the fields, and the squire's daughter, who sat embroidering upon the porch of the great house, heard often the sound of his horn as he called the stirring sheep to his side, But he had not slept the whole night, and was tired, and with his long watch at his mother's bedside, and so he spit on her himself. What? But he had not slept the whole night, and was tired, with his long watch at his mother's bedside, and so, in spite of himself, the lashes would drop occasionally over his blue eyes. Now, for he was only a child, and children feel the loss of sleep more than older people. Well, you can't go by me, because I'm losing my sleep right here as we speak. So, little boy Blue had no intention of sleeping while he was on duty, and bravely fought against the drowsiness that was creeping over him. The sun shined very hot that day, and he walked up to the shady side of a big haystack and sat down upon the ground, leaning his back against the stack. Well, the cows and the sheep were quietly browsing near him, and he watched them earnestly for a while, listening to the singing of the birds and gathering. Sorry, I'm losing it, folks. I'm losing it. Anyway, let's see. Here we go. Go to sleep. And so that after all, Little Boy Blue did more for his dear mother by falling asleep than he could have done by keeping wide awake. For after his mother was well again, the squire gave them a pretty cottage to live in, very near to the great house itself, and the squire's daughter was ever afterwards their good friend, and saw that they wanted for no comforts of life. And Little Boy Blue did not fall asleep again at his post, but watched the cows and the sheep fulfill faithfully for many years, until he grew up to manhood and had a farm of his own. He always said his mother's accident had brought him good luck, but I think it was rather his own loving heart and his devotion to his mother that made him friends, for no one is afraid to trust a boy who loves to serve the care of his master or mother, either way. Okay, hey, that was the Little Boy Blue. Sorry, that was TV time with Grandpa, and I fell asleep. So I hope you kids fell asleep too, because we could all be sleeping looking at each other, right? Right. Okay, now it's time for our Daily Bread portion of the program, and our Daily Bread portion of the program today is going to be brought to you by the Bible with Briscoe 2021. The Bible with Briscoe 2021 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. So don't forget to tune in to the Bible with Briscoe 2021. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2021 will be 1 Kings 8 through 9 and Luke 21, 1 through 19. So, don't forget to tune in to the Bible with Briscoe 2021. Alright, let's see. Milk comes first. And that will be the devotion. And today's Hebrews reading for that, the scripture, will be Hebrews 5:11 and 6:2. 11. Hebrews 5:11 through 6:2. Warning against falling away. We have much to say about this, but it is hard to make it clear to you because you no longer try to understand. In fact, though by though by this time you ought to be teachers, you need not solid food. Anyone who lives on milk, being still an infant, is to done it again. We have much to say about this, but Hebrews 5:11 through 6:2. We have much to say about this, but it is hard to make it clear to you because you no longer try to understand. In fact, though by this time you ought to be teachers, you need someone to teach you the elementary truths of God's Word all over again. You need milk, not solid food. Anyone who lives on milk, being still an infant, is not acquainted with the teachings about righteousness. But solid food is for the matter who by consent have trained themselves to distinguish good from evil. Therefore, let us move beyond the elementary teachings about Christ and be taken forward to maturity, not lying again the foundation of repentance from acts that lead to death, and of faith in God, instructions about cleansing rites, in the laying on hands, in the resurrection of the dead, and of eternal judgments. I guess that's it. Hebrews 5:11. Okay. 5:11 through 6:2. About this we have much to say, and it is hard to explain, since you have become dull of hearing, for although by this time you ought to be treacherous. Oh man, I'm sorry folks, I'm just falling asleep. Wake up. Start 12 quicker too. I just can't keep up with it. Okay, about this we have much to say, and it is hard to explain, since you have become dull of hearing. For though it might be in this time you ought to be. Wait a minute. I thought I read that. Okay. Resurrection of the dead and eternal judgment. Now of whom we have many things to say, and heard of to be uttered, saying, ye are dull of hearing, for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again. Okay, now we're reading the same stuff over and over, just by different books. Okay, we got it. That was it, folks. That was all. Which means that was the Daily Bread portion of the program, which is concluded. Which means the Shen show is concluded. But that just means that Daily Bread portion of the program was go to sleep. Brought to you by the Bible with Briscoe 2021, a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Don't forget to tune in to the Bible with Briscoe 2021 for your daily reading of the Bible. Alrighty then, here we go. Hey, yeah. Goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. I said goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. This here has been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show. And as always, you know, God loves you, and so do I. So come back and see me tomorrow because, well, I'll be here. And I hope that you are too.